All right, Nancy Pelosi is actually not too far from me right now, outside the Capitol, railing against these tax cuts here, saying that if Democrats get back in, they will change a lot of things, including ripping up that Republican tax plan that Republicans, to a man and woman here, have been saying are working magic on the U.S. economy. I don't know where my next guest stands, but he's big on fairness for all. Congressman Emanuel Cleaver, Democrat of Missouri, House Financial Services Committee, so much more. Good to see you, sir.
Good to be here with you.
Thank you very much. Nancy Pelosi says she's not talking about crumbs anymore, but she is saying that this thing was and is bad for the American people. Do you agree? Well,
so far, it appears that the major corporations are using significant portions of it for buyback and for, investments into the company and so forth. And then in third or fourth place comes the individuals who are getting somewhat of a tax cut, and any amount of money more than what you have is good. I think that the problem we have now is that the polling is not good for the tax cut.
It's stronger than it was, but it's hit sort of like a crescendo, about half support.
Yes.
So you think that's an issue that Democrats can campaign on. Now, the reason why I mention it, Congress, is that a lot of your colleagues, two in particular, have from Nancy Pelosi and a couple of other Democratic senators who've made the point it could be more. In other words, they could be more. But tell that to someone who's getting $1,000 from his company or seeing a little bit more in their paycheck. Do you risk alienating voters who are told that this is crumbs?
That is the dilemma.
Yeah.
Because, and that's why I said earlier, a few seconds ago, that
Cory Booker was the name that came to mind.
Yeah,
New Jersey.
When someone's, when you downplay somebody's increase, which is significant to them, they're not going to be quite happy. Here's the other thing. There's a lot of talk about what's going to happen in January. I think a lot of it is contrived distraction. If you're going to have rabbit stew, you need to first catch the rabbit. And I think, we're talking too much about the stew. And we got an election to win, and I think that's where the energy ought to be. Now, I understand that our side wants to have something that we can use to demonstrate our greater fitness for leading the government than the other side.
Well, they're using Nancy Pelosi as sort of Republicans are as a target.
Yes.
Do you think if you got the majority in the House that she should be your leader? Would you vote for her as your leader?
Well, I just wrote a piece where I talked to Democrats about avoiding that, stay away from that whole issue, because we got to catch the rabbit.
But I read into that you would not.
Well, I think Nancy Pelosi is a historical figure. She is responsible in no small part with the Affordable Care Act.
But she should hang it up?
No, I think that if Democrats should win the House back, it's going to be difficult, I think, for anyone.
What about you? You running for being their leader?
Yeah, my goal in life is not to be anybody.
It's a little late for that.
I like to work on housing and insurance issues, and I'm very, very serious about it. I grew up in an awful situation.
No interest in leadership posts?
None whatsoever. Someone asked me that last week after the Democratic caucus meeting, and I said to him, I don't want to be anybody. I want to be, on the committee that deals with housing. And if you saw the house I grew up in, you would understand why that's my number one goal, because there are other Americans who are living under similar circumstances. So that's what I want to do. And do I want to support some people who are going to be good leaders? Yes. I don't know who that's going to be. I don't know who's going to run. We don't even know.
What if they ask you?
Oh, they're not going to ask me because I'm too far self-pushed away from wanting to be any person in leadership. I've been in government long enough to know that people come before the cameras and you ask that question and they pretend.
I'm going to put you down as a maybe. How's that? No, I'm kidding. Okay. Congressman, always good seeing you.
Good to talk with you.
We always get the best mail from both sides on this gentleman because he actually tries to work with both sides. It is possible in this town.